Excuse me. In my rush to get to a save point, I believe I skipped some goodies. So let's grab some goodies real quick. Oh, let's grab some random encounters real quick. I believe there should be stuff in the doors. Not, oh, not this one. Glyph of Might. The Glyph of Speed. He's playing My Sims Racing right now. Well, right now, when this is live, whenever, if you're watching this not live, I don't know what he's doing right now. Dude.
It looks like we've won.
Okay, goodies acquired. Let's go back to the save point, heal up, and save again, and let's fight a boss, I think. Feels like there should be a boss behind this door, behind a save point, generally speaking. I don't think I have any more... a bunch of magic droplets, which is good. Just force feed everyone some magic droplets. I don't think I can bury anybody up here. Instead, let's see what's going on. Fucking spike ceiling is extraordinarily funny. Scream if you wanna go faster. What up?
Dispose of them.
Oh, this guy again. But he's all, like, kitted out now. That's neat. Oh, yeah. I mean, Cutlass Fury, I don't have a lot of leftover points.
Over there.
Ow. That's not nice.
Moons, give me strength. Moons, give me strength.
Yes. That seems effective.
Here goes.
It's not that. It was. I mean, It's the basic ice spell. I guess I shouldn't expect too much out of it, but you know. Nope, I think. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Fighting Antonio 2.
I was gonna say, is this a refight? Because I feel like you fought this
Yeah.
guy before.
This is the guy from like the very beginning of the game.
If Antonio is so good.
Over there.
Antonio is the Shrek of his day. They just kept making him.
Antonio the Third. Antonio Forever After.
All his spin-offs. What was the name of the Shrek Smash spin-off? Him
Oh,
Smash in a cart and
Shrek. Shrek Smash Bash? No, that's Crash. Oh God, I don't know.
I will look it up. You keep playing the game. Super Slam. That was
There
the
we
one.
go.
I remember people used to joke / serious play that at various fighting game things. But there was also Smash and Crash Racing
That might be what I'm thinking of with the Smash Bash.
and Shrek Super Party.
I believe it's just Shrek Mario Party.
Yeah, that's what the name would imply. Yeah, there was a lot of Shrek games apparently. Shrek Swamp Fun with Phonics. Heck yeah. Whole lot of them on the Game Boy and Game Boy Advances.
I believe there was
Shrek
also Shrek Game Boy Video. You could watch Shrek on your Game Boy Advance.
Heck yeah. Shrek 2 : Beg for Mercy.
that's not a good subtitle.
An action-oriented game featuring the acrobatics and swordplay of Puss in Boots.
Ooh.
Oh, he's super mad. We got the jaw herp going. I'm gonna partake of the save point. I think one of those games.
Save early and save often used to be very good RPG advice, especially combined with rotate your saves in case you get stuck somewhere.
That's true. I have not been rotating my saves, which is, you know, probably not the most
Usually,
ideal, but
there are very few games where that actually is sound advice, but if you want to be on the safe side, you do it. I remember Final Fantasy Tactics in particular being a rotate your saves, motherfucker type game.
yes. Wait. This is not... That's the way back to, like... the rest of the dungeon. I think I want to go this way? This looks like the outside.
I will consult bigrambo.com.
BigRambo.com just makes me think of that, like, bad, like, gun, not like gun game that came out, like, a decade ago.
Right. Yeah, that was something, wasn't it?
It sure was.
I think it was for the 360, but I don't remember if it was download only or if that thing hit retail.
I also don't remember.
I just remembered quick look. So while I'm looking stuff up, I will look that up. Developed by Teon and published by Reef Entertainment.
I feel like... Hold on. As animations are happening, I'm going to look up the thing.
Microsoft Windows 360 and PlayStation 3, they're saying.
Yeah,
14?
it's the same developer as the really solid recent RoboCop game. I'm glad they got their shit together.
I was going to say 2014 can't be right, but apparently that was when it came to PC and PS3. Boop, 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 boop. That's...
Wow, they... This company has a history. Aeon got their start on DSiWare.
Yeah, 2014. Wow, that game was way later than I thought. 'Cause that's years into the PS4 era.
I genuinely thought it was a PS4, like Xbox One game, and when you said 360, I was like, is it?
Yeah, it is.
So it is.
Worlds collide. Fan putting out shovelware for DSiWare. Back when shovelware still had dignity, before it was all AI generated stuff with hentai in the name.
That's the real tragedy.
And AAA Clock Ultimate Edition.
That's... I can take or leave the weird hentai AI games. It's that one publisher that just keeps re-releasing their games as like Ultimate Edition, Super Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
That's drives me up the wall. Like, good on them for figuring out how to break the eShop, but also stop breaking the eShop.
Oh, these are the RoboCop guys?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I was like, man, they've come a long
they've
way.
far. They've come a long way from Cat Frenzy and Birdmania 3D. I don't know. Maybe their games were all bangers and we just didn't know it. 101 Seal Pets.
I don't know. I feel like we know that Rambo is not a banger.
Fair enough. Mahjong Platinum.
Twin propellers. Probably a ship equipped. Boom.
I do appreciate that Birdmania came after Birdmania 3D.
I mean, weird memory also unlock here, but like there was that DS game called Polarium, which was like I want to say it was very much like those puzzles where you like you flip one light and then the ones next to it turn on or off. But you have to like trace a path through a puzzle to like flip everything on or off. And then it came out on the DS, and the sequel came out on the Game Boy Advance. Because
That's a hell of a thing to do also, yeah.
because sure, why not?
Apparently its development started before the DS version.
Okay. I did not realize that. I just remember because that was
Yeah.
like in my peak Nintendo Power subscription days.
Uh-huh. And the Game Boy Advance one apparently also features 4 times as many puzzles as the DS one, with the removal of challenge mode.
Like, there's probably someone
didn't know
somewhere I
any
have
of
to
that.
talk to.
That's definitely not a video game I played on the DS or the Game Boy Advance.
I mean, I haven't played it either. I just remember reading about it.
Oh, okay. My memory unlocked stuff is I played a whole lot of Game Gear games back in the day. I remember it wasn't a Sokoban because it was vertical, but there was some weird like character block puzzle game I played on Game Gear. Kind of not Mr. Driller, but you
Yeah.
knock out blocks and things with it. Let me see if I can look. I want to figure out what that game is now.
My main Game Gear game I played as a kid was Garfield Caught in the Act.
Nice. Yeah, I had a couple licensed games I played on Game Gear. Some Star Wars ones, and then Tom and Jerry, the movie, the game.
Oh, right. I gotta go. We gotta. The king wanted us to go get the high priest, not.
Of course, a lot of Sonic stuff. Nope, I don't think I'm thinking of Baku Baku Animal.
I want to say there's one game. I don't. It may have just been more of a straight Sokoban, but there was some game on the Game Gear that I remember. It pops up on like the cutting room floor main page every once in a while because like the main character was uh, Nikita Khrushchev, and they changed
That's
that
pretty
for
good.
the American version.
I do not remember that game, but that sounds nice.
I think Khrushchev, whichever one had the birthmark.
That would be Khrushchev, yeah.
Yay!
Wait, let me think. Um, oh, sorry, no, Gorbachev was
Gorbachev,
guy with
yes,
yeah,
okay.
he was the one with the birthmark who danced with Zangief in Street Fighter 2.
But yeah, the main character was Gorbachev in some Game Gear puzzle game that's vaguely Sokoban-like.
Yeah, I love the 80s and 90s video game story stuff that randomly had politicians in them. You got your bad dudes and your Street Fighter 2s. Yeah, Khrushchev was Metal Gear Solid 3.
That would make sense. El Dorado doesn't mean City of Gold, it means Gilded Man. I were a great bird. I had.
Ah, I think I found it. It was Magical Puzzle Popolis.
That is not the one with Gorbachev in it.
No. It's just the Game Gear game I was thinking of. It is a nameless boy falls in love with a beautiful princess. The evil wizard Popolis is jealous and kidnaps her, trapping her inside an enchanted forest. It is up to the boy to rescue her by doing puzzles.
Here goes!
Hey, speed. Czech Bro Zangief also fits with ongoing discussion of Russian leaders from the 80s and 70s. You are here just in time for me to meander around, not figuring out a clue.
15 minutes of high octane action.
Yep. I'm looking for a great bird and or a golden man. I can't get to the kid in 15 minutes. That kid will get got, but just In the future. Oh, running. Not cool.
That was easy.
I wish there was some way to, like, move the camera around the ship without just moving the ship. That would be nice.
Here goes!
That was easy.
Ah! Pyramid jump scare. I don't think I would enjoy life less if pyramids just randomly showed up in front of me. If they were like Super Mario Sunshine with the dune buds that you spray water on, and then like I mean big but not like massive, you know, sand pyramid pops up. That'd be fun. But like just random full-size pyramid appearing without warning does not sound very appealing. I don't know, Library of Alexandria, because then, you know, it'd be cool to see what was there before it got burned and destroyed and whatever. That would be fun.
Library of Alexandria is real good. That was one of the best Magic cards of all time back in the day.
Is it an artifact? Could you suplex it?
Ah, no, I'm sorry, it's just the land.
Ah.
But you can tap it to draw a card.
Alternately, can I pick the eighth wonder of the world, Andre the Giant, to just randomly appear in front of me and be like, I really liked the Princess Bride? And he goes, thanks, boss. And then he farts and drinks a beer and then wanders off.
I'm in favor of the Andre the Giant everywhere system.
I'm glad everyone is okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Took me a little bit to get here. I woke up, I almost made it to the stream, and then, I was not feeling it. And I got really tired, so I had to get a drink, brush my teeth. Now I'm back.
That's
Well,
all good.
How's it going?
I beat a boss. It was the weird bowl from the beginning of the game, and now I'm trying to find a golden man or a large bird, and it's not going well.
Okay. I feel like if you found a golden man or a large bird, one would lead you to the other.
Probably.
Because, like, golden dude is shiny, and a bird would want to pick that up. I guess I'm just picturing, like, a large crow, though. John Madness? I don't understand the reference. I'm just thinking of,
like John Madden.
So that's what I was
one of your
thinking, but I
usernames
was
is
just
Make Me Mad.
Oh, that makes sense. I was thinking, like, some kind of weird, like, eldritch version of John Madden, like a commentator.
That's my next Call of Cthulhu character, is a football
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah, like
John Madness.
retired football coach who, like, gets wrapped up in the eldritch nonsense and is doing, like, play-by-plays of the horrors rolling through the streets of Arkham. No, this is what you get when I've just woken up and you throw random terms at my sleep-addled brain. Is that my brain is like this? See, now I just want to see, like, a Call of Cthulhu campaign, but with characters who absolutely should not be in an H.P. Lovecraft story.
Have I got news for you at some
Are
point
you
in the
doing-
future?
Are you doing a Call of Cthulhu stream?
I
guys
might
doing a
be involved
campaign?
in one where there's
Okay.
I know one person is a photographer who like takes pictures of Bigfoot and stuff, but his photography skill is very low, so they're all super blurry.
Yes, yes. God, have you seen that episode of Futurama where they go looking for Bigfoot?
I have not.
There's a great gag in that episode where the tour group, or the tour guide knows that Bigfoot exists, but they purposely bring like a really shitty photographer with them who like will take pictures of literally anything, and no matter how good of a shot he has lined up, the picture comes out super blurry and looking like the old photos of like the Loch Ness Monster. It's just a funny gag.
I found the bird.
Oh, it's one of those Nazca line things.
Yeah. Oh, I hope the golden man is like the rude man at Cernabus. I want to see just.
I'm not familiar with that one. Is it just a dude throwing up double birds?
No, it's dude with a massive dick.
That makes sense.
That they parodied in, of all things, Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Oh, that's where the long Meowth came from.
That's where the long Meowth came from.
Meanwhile,
okay,
I'm
those
trying.
things. Nope. No, go ahead.
I'm trying to recreate all the Game Gear games I had back in the day by looking at a list of U.S. Game Gear games.
Yeah. Man, I still can't remember what weird handheld device I had back in the day.
Mhm.
Real quick though, I was going to say those enemies are just straight up the things from Ocarina of Time that are on the field.
You're not wrong.
Now, I had, back in the day, some kind of terrible handheld. All I know is that it had a beat-em-up on it that I think might have been Streets of Rage.
Could have been a Game Gear then if you had Streets of Rage on it.
Yeah.
I'm glad everyone is okay.
Because Game
But-
Gear had not one but two Streets of Rages on it.
I just remember that the battery life on it was the most terrible thing I've ever seen.
This sounds like a Game Gear. This continues
Okay,
to
it was
sound like a Game
probably-
Gear.
It was probably a Game Gear, but I can't remember because I played it really sparingly because it burned through batteries so fast.
Mhm. That was everything that wasn't the Game Boy back in the day, but if it had a Streets of Rage, it was more likely a Game Gear than a Lynx.
Like I said, I'm not sure it was a Streets of Rage. I just know that it was a beat 'em up, and I think it was a Streets of Rage.
Have a good day at work, Speed.
All right, have a good one.
They make a joke about how bad a Game Gear battery life is in Infinite Wealth, and it's very funny.
Nice.
Also, I have a
So-
case for my Game Gear that has like a neck strap because that thing was so massive.
Man, I wish I had the Game Gear TV tuner back in the day. I would have loved that.
My secret is, if I ever have a handheld, I would almost always prefer to have had it be on a TV instead. It's very rarely that's not the case.
In my case, I had handhelds before we even had a TV in the house, so that wasn't an option for me.
I get it.
Is it over already?
Yeah, my parents didn't watch TV and they didn't want me to, they thought TV would rot my brain, so they didn't let me have one until like I was in 3rd grade. Got a TV and a Super Nintendo and I was very happy.
This journal thing, it's gonna tell me like. No, it's not going to tell me the rhyme again about where the golden man is in relation to
In relation to the bird.
yeah. But I do wonder if like the end result is we need to go to that pyramid that randomly appeared out of nowhere. That does seem like the thing that it would do, and I think it said they were like in between, so I'm just gonna see if I can't find the that was dramatic. That pyramid and just go to the other side of it. So that was another topic of discussion of if you were just walking along and then all of a sudden a massive pyramid appeared in front of you, would that be exciting or terrifying?
Oh, are we talking like appears? Like you just see one and it wasn't there before, or like you literally see it materialize?
I mean, so in this game, it did just kind of like materialize in front of you.
I would be excited and terrified, but it would confirm to me that magic is now a thing that exists in the world, so I would be okay with dying horribly via pyramid curse. Like, anything that confirms the existence of the supernatural to me before it kills me, I'm okay with. It's like if I was being attacked by my doppelganger, I would have to be like, okay, wait, where'd you come from? Like, what's the deal? Are you like a clone? Is this like a secret government experiment? And if so, why the hell would they clone me? Like, what's going on? And then once I knew the origin of the doppelganger, I'd be okay with dying. Although even the existence of a murderous doppelganger would confirm that something weird is going on at least, so I'd be okay.
Is this an Us situation? Is there just a whole fleet of them down underground? Spoilers for Us, I guess.
I mean...
That movie's old at this point, right?
Yeah. I think the statute of limitations on spoilers is up for Us. Oh yeah, random aside, whenever I first loaded up the stream, I heard you and Grav talking about something where... I think you said there was something where the main character was like Khrushchev and it was changed for America?
Yes, there's a Game Gear puzzle game. It's Gorbachev, not Khrushchev,
Okay,
unfortunately.
because you mentioned the one with the birthmark, and I was
Yeah.
like, I don't think that's... But yeah.
I goofed my Russian leaders.
But the interesting thing is, did you know about the NES game, Guerrilla War?
Yes.
Not whatever you're specifically referring to, I don't think.
So in the original version of the game, it was just called Guerrilla, and the two main characters are Che Guevara and Fidel Castro. And then in America, they just changed it to Guerrilla War, and they don't say who the main characters are.
That's
We're just invading this island that looks suspiciously like Cuba.
Yeah.
who could say?
Yeah, I just think it's very funny that the two main characters of that game are Castro and fucking Che Guevara.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Because I played Guerrilla War a lot with my cousin growing up. And at no point in that game do they tell you who you're playing as.
While animations happen, let me see if I can't pull up that. Gorby no pipeline Daisakusen.
Yeah. Sounds like it's dinner over here. I will return.
All right, have a good one.
Oh, actually, hold on. Factory Panic is the game. There was just a different game that also had Gorbachev removed.
How many games was Gorbachev in?
Apparently a bunch. At least 4. Maybe 5.
I do think it's funny that apparently the story of guerrilla war from the original was the revolution to overthrow the dictator of the country, and in the new version was like, we're dropping you off in this island country to overthrow a dictator. Very appropriate. Trying to find a picture, because in the ending of the game, there's literally just a shot of either Castro or Che Guevara in like black and white NES photograph form, and it just says "Hail the Heroes of the Revolution" under it.
That sounds great.
It's pretty good. Hold on.
Oh, so Speed's not here anymore, so he can't talk about my. I had never seen, or I hadn't seen Beethoven, like the movie with the dog, in a very
Yeah.
long time, and how that
Mhm.
movie is insane.
Yeah, I have also not seen that since I was like a small child.
Apparently, something about shooting people with abnormally thick skulls is part of the plot of that movie. But
Okay.
apparently the Beethoven second game had the same developer as a Hunt for Red October game, and so some text creeped in to the
Uh-oh.
to the Beethoven game, including in November of 1984, shortly before Gorbachev came to power, a Typhoon-class Soviet sub surfaced just south of the Grand Banks. Apparently that text is also in a Tom and Jerry game.
Okay. That's bizarre.
It's weird. It's not something that like shows up in the game, it's just in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but now I'm just imagining like the Hunt for Red October. When it cuts to the submarine, there's just a dog on the submarine. Just a massive Saint Bernard.
Massive Saint Bernard singing the Soviet national anthem.
He's barking along. He's trying.
Well, nope, that's not what dogs sound like.
Nope. You're already getting too into that Call of Cthulhu campaign.
Apparently.
Oh man, what if it was one of the Hounds of Tindalos, but it was a giant Saint Bernard?
I would pet it and then, die, but
I honestly can't remember if the Hounds of Tindalos kill you. They might just throw you through time or something. I just like them because they're weird time dogs that climb out of corners. It's like, no, if there's any right angles in your house, if there's a right angle and you've traveled through time, the Hounds of Tindalos will fuck you up. But yeah, the Hounds of Tindalos were not actually a Lovecraft thing. They were made by a guy and then inserted into the Lovecraft mythos.
that's what happens with many things.
Yeah, the Lovecraft mythos has had a lot of things kind of grafted on over time. I do like them, though.
Yeah.
I don't know, I like the idea that there are, like, wild animals who live in time, and if you time travel, you might accidentally alert them, and they will just hunt you through time. The way that a normal wild animal might hunt you through the woods. How's it going? Still
One-
looking for the golden dude?
Still looking for the golden dude. I wonder, did I like maybe
Did you take a wrong turn?
sweet buy sweet intel on the golden dude? It doesn't seem like I did. If I find the weird ship that like sells information, which I believe is you. Hello? You. Nope. Nope. Stop. You. There we go.
Would you like sick information about the golden man?
There's an island where King Ixataka lives. I hear there's something gold near there.
Okay. I will just mention that the information I uncovered starts with the line, "The Golden Man is one of the easiest discoveries to make if the player knows where to look," which seems like no shit.
Well, to be fair, I don't know where to look, so...
That's what that's what I mean. Is like no shit. If you know where to look, it's easy to find.
I found it.
Nice. I was gonna say it's also not helped by the fact that these things are like invisible until you find them. So it's not like you can just cruise by and see it and go, "Oh, I'll go check that out."
That would be something I would maybe change for any future
remake.
re-releases, yeah.
Yeah. Or at least have some kind of like blinking icon, like a little
Well-
shiny in the forest that says, "Hey, there might be something here," and then when you
So,
get
like,
close, it pops up into Golden
supposedly
Man.
your compass will, like, start freaking out if you get close to a thing, but, like, I have not had that happen. Except for, like, maybe twice.
It might be one of those things where the range on it freaking out is just so short that it's essentially useless. God, I don't know how, like, fan wikis work anymore. Is everything just linked into one giant wiki through this fandom site? Is that what's happened here?
So, fandom used to be Wikia,
Mm-hmm.
and then fandom bought Wikia, and then fandom is also that company that bought Giant Bomb and then almost killed Giant Bomb.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a lot of, like, fandom wikis that are just whateverpedia. And then a lot of them have moved off of it and are independent stuff. So there's not all wikis are fandoms, but there are a lot of fandom wikis out there.
I was curious because when I looked at the thing for the Golden Man on the Skies of Arcadia fandom thing on the side, it was like, "Oh, people like you also view Sins Past, the Spider-Man story." Like, what? Why are these things even remotely linked? And then I was like, okay, I guess it's some kind of weird hub.
Yeah. Small stone structure hidden amongst the cluster of mountains. Oh wait, is it this thing? Hey! I may open this door and then 180 and, like, stop by the inn over at the town, because I don't think I'm doing super hot on magic.
I like the horrible little face you stuck that eye into.
Yeah.
There's something about that design. It's very squat. I like the weird, horrible, toothy frown. Is this going to be another thing where you go in there and then that turns out to have been the head of a giant monster and not actually like a statue?
Probably.
Okay. It looks vaguely similar to the desert one, so...
I'm going to pop over back to the heal zone. I can get some money by selling... by selling to the black market where the secret thing that we're trying to keep secret from everybody else is. That seems like a good thing to sell to, you know, black market. Ladder be tall. What if I just bought a bunch of healing items? That seems like a smart thing. Because I have a lot of money.
Speaking of having a lot of money, I have been playing through Final Fantasy VI recently, as I mentioned.
Yes.
And I appreciate that the Pixel remaster has the option to just boost how much money you get after random battles.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It makes the grind to buy things from shops way easier. That said, every time I hit a new city and buy things from the shop, I still end up completely broke. Even with the guild boosted to double the amount, so... Still, that's been fun. It's been a while since I've messed with the old Final Fantasies.
I am still very pro Final Fantasy V.
I will probably play that someday just because I like X-Death. But honestly, whenever I think of Final Fantasy V, I kind of just want to play Dissidia. I forget, did you ever play the Dissidia games?
Oh yeah. Did I ever like finish them? No, but did I, play them and have fun with them? Yes.
Those games are fantastic. The first two. The one they released on Steam, not so much. I really wish they would do some kind of remaster of those old Dissidia games, because they were incredible.
That would be fun. The I know in Dissidia 1 I played as Squall a lot, and then I couldn't time the circles in Dissidia Duodecim or whatever the second one is, so I just fully switched over to Zidane.
Serves 'em right.
Okay, now let's go in the weird giant statue head. What's the worst that could happen?
It'll probably be fine in there. Although, hopefully it's not like that other...
That was
well,
not the direction I was expecting to go.
oh wait, did you go up?
Yeah.
Okay, that's bizarre. Also, something about the jungle, just like design. I'm not sure what it is. The color, the textures, just makes me think Metroid Prime, like 1.
I can see it.
That said, you're now in a very different location.
Yes.
Purple mist?
Oh, we're up in the clouds.
Ah, that makes sense. I keep forgetting all of this is taking place in the sky.
But instead you're gonna find a coffin with dust in it that turns people into weird zombies. Making an Uncharted 1 joke.
I thought you were making a Tomb Raider movie reference. Because I think in one of those, there's something about finding... Man, I don't know. Those Tomb Raider movies were not great.
All I know is Daniel Craig is in one of them, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think that was just before he became James Bond, or...
I believe it was
something.
just before he became James Bond. What's a ghost? Device is just psyched in the background. Hold on, that again, this is becoming the thumbnail for this part. Hitting that print screen button for later. Alright, let's go bump into some ghosts. Oh god. This is not what I was expecting enemies in here to look like.
I mean, I'm expecting them to be kind of messed up because, well. Oh, robot totem poles?
Yeah,
You're in Mega Man X now.
apparently. Also, do not have a lot of hit points, these robot totem poles. They are vaguely like weird robo-pokey.
Yeah, see that.
Like in the Sonic Mega Man in the Sonic Mario crossover platformer, that's what Dr. Robotnik does when he gets a hold of a pokey, turns him into one of those.
Oh, roboticized Mario enemies would be fun. At the end of the level, when you stomp on the capsule, you break out a bunch of Goombas.
I'm back, and I just want to
Hey.
say I appreciate the Gorilla War image in the Discord.
Jesus. You guys have a lot of HP now.
We do.
That llama is not messing around. I will say, now with the new color grading of like the mist on top of the city, it just kind of reminds me of the Forest Temple from Ocarina of Time. Also kind of like the forest from Drakengard. But I feel like the forest from Ocarina of Time is where I want to go with that reference instead.
What, you don't want to talk about this? This isn't, talking about Drakengard stream now.
I feel like Drakengard is slightly tonally different than the Skies of Arcadia in a way that might make the two clash.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
That said, I don't know the ending of this game. Maybe you fight a bunch of giant babies.
Not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, these totems don't really have much going on, huh?
Nope.
Did you do any off-screen leveling, or?
I did not.
Okay, yeah. I guess the difficulty curve just evened out.
Either that or just I did on-screen leveling by getting lost repeatedly.
Fair enough. Maybe that's how the game balance is built, is for you to just get lost while looking for your next objective and fly aimlessly around, getting into a ton of random encounters.
What's funny is that my understanding is this game actually lowered the random encounter rate from the Dreamcast version.
That is wild to think about.
Yep.
I think I remember reading that. As someone who played both versions, I can't remember the difference because it was a long time ago in both cases. In a galaxy far, far away.
Did that llama just try and sneeze on me?
Probably. I mean, yeah, it's a llama. What else it got? I mean, we know what else it's got. It's got, like, full party magic attacks. But
Yes.
yeah.
Full spectrum llama.
There's
See, the problem is my brain has been permanently altered by Monster Hunter. So when I see those enemies, and I'm thinking of like a weird magical llama that's been altered by exposure to a like post-apocalypse, I'm just thinking you could probably make some dope armor out of that llama.
Probably.
So speaking of the Monster Hunter, you played through the Street Fighter
I
collab,
played
right?
through the Street Fighter collab, yes.
What did you think of it?
It's silly. I took a picture.
yeah.
Yeah. I took a picture of the moment where they say something along the lines to Akuma of "We hunt monsters," because I thought that was very funny. And then I looked at the picture and I unintentionally have the funniest facial expression grabbed.
Oh, no.
The fighting as Akuma is interesting, but not something I see myself doing with or without dressing up as Akuma. Like even if there was some PlayStation mod that let me do it without having the Akuma armor on, I don't think I would, just because I don't know. It's interesting, and I like that the Shungoku Satsu is your wound attack, but
Yeah, I don't know. I am not opposed to Monster Hunter being goofy. Like they had Geralt in the last, or in
They sure
Worlds,
did.
So you know, like I'm totally okay with that part of things. I have no problem with like immersion. For me, it's just annoying that again they're doing the thing where you get a Street Fighter collab and you turn into the character instead of just getting an outfit.
yeah.
And it's like if you just let me dress up as Akuma, I'd be into it. But I don't want to play as Akuma.
That would be nice.
I saw some video of that. I did like that when you kill the monster, it goes KO.
Yes.
Yes.
There's a lot of really fun stuff in there. It's just dressing up as Akuma is not a fun crossover, I guess. It would be, or like dressing up as Akuma would be a fun crossover. Becoming Akuma is not a fun crossover, I guess.
Yeah,
would be
like
the
I don't want
better-
to put on an Akuma bodysuit and then be Akuma. I just want to wear his outfit. And then they released like the Cammy and Chun-Li outfits, but only for Alma as like $6 a piece DLC.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane.
I did dress my cat up as Blanca-chan, though.
Well, yeah, obviously. Well, see, the one interesting thing about the dumb Akuma bodysuit is that apparently you can change the colors on it. Which is weird. I wouldn't expect him to have allowed that, but okay.
When they did the Devil May Cry crossover for World, I liked that you just got Dante's outfit. You didn't become Dante.
Yeah,
I mean,
you got the outfit,
yeah.
you got the weapon. I don't know. I've always preferred that style.
Yeah.
'Cause they've done this Street Fighter style collab before where you just become a Street Fighter character, and I've never enjoyed it.
I don't remember there ever being. I remember the Resident Evil one where you could just become like Claire.
Because they had the one where you could be like Ryu, right?
Oh
wait,
yeah,
no.
no, that was in Rise, I think.
Yeah. What other one did they have? Oh, they had the Horizon one where you just become Aloy.
Right. Forgot about that one because
That one made me sad because you don't get to fight a big robot dinosaur. Even though they literally could have just put like robot stuff on an Anjanath and called it a day.
I feel like this was not what I wanted to do. Maybe this is what I wanted to do. Never mind. This seems like what I wanted to do. Oh, this actually does not seem like what I wanted. This is just taking me back to the start. feel like I'm in Twilight Princess. Oh, I should have gotten off there. In that weird dungeon where the spinner exists.
Oh, right. Man, I've forgotten most of Twilight Princess. That was a fun dungeon, though. I think. Honestly, all I remember about that dungeon is the boss. So.
Not the boss with the like monkey.
No, it's the boss that's like a big skeleton thing, and you have to like grind up and then ram his spinal column with the top. It's got like a big, I think it has like a big goat skull head. I think the monkeys are like the early boss when you get the boomerang.
For some reason, I was thinking there was like a sledding monkey, and you had to like sled on your spinner thing, and the monkey in a race. But that I may be whole cloth making that up. Or I'm thinking of Breath of the Wild, which did have sledding, but I don't think there were monkeys involved in the sledding in Breath of the Wild. If you're wondering why I'm just kind of aimlessly wandering around there, it's because I hear the,
Oh, is there there's a weird little invisible guy on the ground noise?
Yes.
That's a really good move.
Yeah. Turned into a sword.
Oh, that does vaguely remind me. Again, been playing through FF6. One thing that shocked me was that whenever you get Terra, she can just straight up equip like great swords and heavy armor, and it's not what I expect from a Final Fantasy. It's like, oh yeah, Terra, you're your first first and only magic user at that point in the game, and it's like, oh yeah, no, she can just fucking heft up a great sword and wear like plate armor.
Yeah,
It's
she's
fine.
pretty good at physical stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, her stats aren't like best of the best, but she dishes out the damage.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm just used to the Final Fantasy era of magic users wear light armor and use light weapons.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this was getting into the all characters, all things era.
Mm-hmm.
Where the characters might have a slight bent towards certain stats, but they can all do all the stuff.
Yeah. It has been like they're still very distinct because everyone has like their own unique ability to them.
Yeah.
Like Edgar's got his tools, which is very funny that one of the first ones you get is just like he puts on a mask and whips out like a flamethrower and just hoses everyone down with poison gas.
Yeah.
There's something very funny to me about that being one of the first moves you get in this Final Fantasy is just gas them. I always feel slightly bad about using that move, but it's really effective.
Yeah, I watched Arcane.
I mean, Edgar would be on the Piltover side of things for sure. But yeah, like Sabin's got his blitz moves, friggin' Cyan's got his Bushido, like everybody's got their thing going on.
Something I
Well, I do
didn't
think
know.
Celeste has a really weird one with like the runic ability.
Yeah, I never really used that aside from that one boss battle where they're like, use the runic. I'm like, okay.
It was really effective in that boss fight against Kefka in the snowfield because he just couldn't do anything the whole fight.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, I was actually really glad because he did a lot of damage the one time that one of those spells got through. So I was like, man, glad I'm just having Celeste completely lock this fight down and he can't do shit.
Something I learned
But,
from speedruns and the like is that apparently a number of Sabin's blitzes are based on his magic stat, so you can equip like plus magic gear and it will make them a lot more effective.
Okay.
I don't know
Gotta,
if it's all of them or just some, but I know some of them definitely are.
gotta increase my magic so I can suplex good.
No, I was thinking more like Aura Beam, but yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. But he's already one of the strongest members of my party, so
Oh yeah,
I don't feel the need to
Sabin's
buff him
just
too
good.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is something I'll keep in mind for the future.
Go also good. Just have him do whatever your strongest dudes are doing.
Yeah, I'm currently at the part where we're looking for Terra after she transformed and flew away. But
I remember
so the
my-
party has split again.
Mhm.
It's interesting. The thing that interests me the most about playing through 6 is how many bits of later Final Fantasies I am seeing in it.
Mhm.
Like the Magicite thing, because I'm not at that point in the game yet on this save file, but I remember getting there on my previous run through the game. The bit where you get the Espers like frozen as Magicite, and that's where you get your spells. And then the evil empire is using crystallized espers to power all their magic stuff and make evil technology and like make super soldiers. And then one of those super soldiers goes nuts. And I think it's very FF7. They just replaced evil empire with evil corporation.
Yep, there's
Which-
certainly a lot of overlap.
Yeah, good change in my mind. Evil corporation I think works better. It resonates with me more than evil empire for sure. But then you've got like Terra's transformation is straight up called trance, and she looks like Zidane looks like her when he does his trance in FF9. He just gets pink fur. What was it? There was something. Oh, the whole deal where like you kind of get your spells and stuff, and even your stats in 6 from the espers you have equipped. Reminds me of the GFs in 8.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's interesting to see all these little bits where I'm like, yeah, I can see where they spun each of these elements off into the next couple of Final Fantasies.
Let us be thankful for our
Yeah,
safety.
mechanically, there's just some like really deep rabbit holes in Final Fantasy VI, like Gao's shit. Goddamn.
Oh yeah, I really like the area, the Velt or whatever it's
Yeah.
called, where like any random encounter you have in the game then appears on that one like continent.
Yeah,
That's just a fascinating idea. Although it does make me sad that apparently enemies there don't drop experience. But yeah, I wasn't expecting to use Gao, but he turned out to be, for that section of the game, easily my strongest party member.
yeah, for sure. And then like I could think he's got a few particularly good monster things, but I'm not sure any of it is good enough to like actually like use him late game unless you wanna.
Yeah. But for that part of the game, he was definitely really up there. I just kept having him turn into, I think it was like the guard captain enemy. I don't remember exactly. But he just has like a full party like enemy attack that does like 500 damage apiece.
Nice.
Which for that point in the game is wild because most people
Yeah,
are hitting
that's
for like
crazy.
180. I'm not sure if the remake changed anything, but I think he actually came with that ability of pre-learned, like with that enemy thing.
Huh.
But I do like that, what do you call it? I like that when you select one of his enemy abilities, unlike blue mages from later games where you just like get an enemy ability and then cast it freely,
Mhm.
he just becomes that enemy's AI pattern.
Yep.
Like that's a
I think you-
fascinating way to do that. It's
But you
basically
all-
like you just got that monster on your team.
Yep, but you also get the blue magic because Strago.
Oh, I haven't seen them yet.
Hmm.
I don't even
Yes,
think I've heard of them.
Strago, if you ever get that far, he's a blue mage.
Okay.
That's his character ability.
And then his granddaughter or whatever's character ability is breaking the video game.
Yep, hacking the ROM in real time. A lot of little fun things in Final Fantasy VI. I like how the Yeti Umaro, one of his attacks is he'll throw one of your other characters.
Fastball special.
That's fun because it reminds me of Super Mario RPG.
Indeed.
Oh, that's right. That is a thing in Super Mario
Yeah,
RPG.
you get the. I don't remember which weapon it is for Bowser, but he has one where he just throws Mario at the enemy.
Mhm.
The fuck is that?
It's a weird bird thing.
It's a Kurupeko.
You're not wrong. Ow. Okay.
Did the Cutlass Fury not go as expected?
The feather slash did not go as expected.
Oh wow, yeah, that was some damage.
Jesus Christ. That's an angry bird.
Also owned by Sega now.
Oh. This guy hits hard. Remember what I was saying about the difficulty curve?
Yeah. Oh dear.
This should work.
How goes the bird fight?
It's still not great, but you know.
Well, if you need assistance with the bird fight, I've discovered a secret about the bird fight.
I feel like I'm seeing the secret here. I'm gonna test my theory here. it seems like it goes back and forth. Or not? That was strange.
Were you expecting to do more damage there?
No, I was expecting it to attack. Okay, it didn't quite do what I was expecting it to. I mean, it kind of did, but like, I don't know. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna just play this out and probably die, but round 2 I will accept whatever you have discovered.
All right.
Like Pokemon, right? Birds are weak to electric. It doesn't seem to be the case, but you know. Ow. All right, what is the secret of the bird?
All right. The problem is I'm not sure if you'll actually be able to make use of the secret, but the secret that I learned is apparently this bird has a crippling weakness to petrification.
Okay.
So if you have anything that causes that, you can just basically beat this boss without him ever taking a turn.
I might. I'm unsure. I'm unsure, but I might have something that causes
Yeah.
petrification.
If you can, apparently he is very, very weak to that.
Poison. Don't think I have any petrification.
Well, good luck then.
At least not on Vice. Look here. Does it say what color petrification is under?
I have not looked that far into it. Hold on. Oh, that's a good sign. This other guy I found, the opening line is like, Rictilish isn't meant to be very strong. He's just a master of status effects.
His status effect is doing a shit ton of damage. Oh wait, this is okay. No, I do have a thing. Okay, hold on. Because this special move should do it. assuming she doesn't immediately die.
Moons, petrify my enemy.
I turned that chick into stone.
Nice.
Moons, give me strength.
How long does this last?
I don't know. Although I will point out that it does make me feel slightly better. The same guide that said he's not very strong also says make sure to fully heal every turn because he can pretty much one-shot you with Feather Slash.
Accurate.
Over there.
Oh, okay. It is unstoned.
Although it also recommends using like red weapons against him. I'm not sure.
Do that.
That was like almost half his HP though while he was stoned.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Throws me off that no matter what color you're using, Vice's weapons turn blue when he does Cutlass Fury.
Yeah.
Moons, petrify my enemy.
Nope, nope, yep. I didn't know if petrification worked there for a second. Totally did.
Yep.
Here goes. Over there.
Although now that you are approaching the end of this fight, and it seems like it's going pretty well, I will mention that the guide also says you should save your MP. Don't think that'll be a problem, but
I did just notice that like I hit it and it didn't lose any health, so I'm gonna just like make everybody heal themselves real quick. That seems like a smart thing to do.
Here goes.
Let's try this. Let's try this.
I will point out I like that on your way to the item menu every time you went the wrong way first.
Yep.
This should work.
Oops. Tablet.
Oh god, he's awake again.
Let's try this.
And people don't have a lot of MP in this game, huh?
No.
Just now
Well-
noticing that everyone's at like 10s and 12s and 20s.
Well, so every magic spell costs 1 MP. Is the
oh,
deal
yeah, that
here?
explains it. Yeah.
So like,
Forgot
it's
about
not
that detail.
it's not that bad. But it
Mhm.
is a thing to like keep an eye on.
I'm used to, again, I've been playing Final Fantasy 6, which, to be fair, even their magic values are somewhat low because I think Terra and Celeste are the only two who have them. But even there, it's like, oh, low magic means you have like 100 MP. Nice. Bird down.
We're down. I don't really see the resemblance, but go on ahead.
I can see it.
Oh, Grendel. Grendel is here.
Grendel, my favorite Mace the Dark Age character. Not gonna lie, I feel like they should have given Mace the Dark Age another shot someday. There's a nice mix of like Soul Calibur cross Mortal Kombat. That had legs.
Did
They
they-
could have made that work.
They can put it on, NSO. They've got the M-rated N64.
That's true. Yeah,
It's like
it
one
was
of
better than War Gods. I know, high bar, but
yeah.
still.
Whee! Why didn't he tell us? Uh-oh.
Very good surprised face by Vice.
Yes.
God damn it, Ixtaka.
Oh no, not again. Oh, that's a fun noise. New vice captain. Oh. Seems like we might get a third vice captain here. Oh god. I don't like this thing.
This giant, not as fun as the last one.
I mean, it's very cool looking. It's just very gross looking. Did just
Oh, that's
Falcon
cool.
punch a ship though? Yeah.
I really like that design. That's
But
weird.
yeah, like I said, it's
I'm into
really
it.
cool. It's just also like
I don't
unsettling
think
in a
I've ever-
way.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a thing with like the hollow torso quite like that.
I can't say I have either.
That's a really cool design. It also, in the head, kind of reminds me of Gray Fox.
Somewhere between an Evangelion and a crazy frog. Ding 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 dong.
I think I see a plot thing that's going to happen. Maybe.
Is the plot thing you see that you're going to end up having to fight all of these Gigases eventually because they're just going to keep getting woken up?
Well, I mean that, but I was gonna say because Grav mentioned that like you get other ships, and I was like, oh, I imagine we lose the current ship at some point soon because the one guy was fixing up the other ship that's hidden behind the village.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure.
Yeah, I don't 100% remember that, but I'm pretty sure you get at least one other ship.
I could be wrong. Fire the Moonstone Cannon! Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's bad. I think it's like the part the back part is too thin and it weirds me out. Like it's really cool looking, but it is just very unsettling.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
Did it just Judas affect that island? Ship fight, ship fight, ship.
Yep.
I kind of just want to make sure I have as much ability to
Much
do things
SP
as
or whatever.
possible. Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad move.
Handgun.
All right, I'm waiting to see how this turn plays out, but my immediate thought is, couldn't you just not fly in front of the cannon?
That would be smart.
Like, if he's gonna spend 3 turns charging up and not moving, I feel like you should just, like, not be in front of him. I do appreciate the logic of you can't knock my ship off balance if it's not moving. Like, I don't know the logics of how every airship in this universe works, but it feels like you shouldn't be able to stay completely still in the air.
That did not do as much damage as I thought it was going to do.
Yeah, that could have been worse for sure.
Harpoon cannon, fire!
Get harpooned, idiot. Oh, he actually lived through that. Okay. I'm glad that you decided to evasive action after I stopped attacking. That's good.
Look, let he who has evaded nothing throw the first stone. He was not evaded nothing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dodging nothing is like 90% of my playtime in Dark Souls.
Well, that did not do a lot of damage. That did, though. Owies. Oops, not hard. Whoop, nope. Healing up.
This guy is hanging in there.
He really is.
For a dude who got torpedoed like 2 turns ago. Or harpooned,
Yeah,
rather.
I do kind of think that either this turn or next turn he should go down. Ow.
So close. Ow. That handgun did a lot of damage, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna prepare kit to be safe. Guard my way through the big hit. Oh yeah, no, this is. I think I got this. This with the G-type cannon. Yeah. I can't with this sound effect.
Crank up the volume there for a bit, but I think I hear what you mean.
Just the jaw harp going to town there.
You guys really ought to sink that guy. I understand you're the plucky protagonist crew, but like, shoot him again as he flees. You're just gonna have another boss fight later.
Oh, well, now we're okay. Now we're fighting this thing.
Yep.
Hooray.
That's why that guide said conserve your MP, because it's 3 consecutive boss battles.
Well, I've done a good job of conserving my MP, so...
Yeah.
Oh, that seems bad. Oh, God. Oh, that was... They really gotta, like, figure out a better...
No, they really sold that 2,000 damage animation, though.
Yeah, no, there's so much of this that's just like, oh, this seems like that's about to be real bad, and then it does...
You gotta make Grendel look strong.
Yeah, but see, like, this should be dead. I should be dead now, but it did 5,000 damage with those 2 attacks.
Well, what? You've got a very durable ship. Very good pilot. You turned into the boulder.
I don't know. See the head?
I will say, a couple of these airship battles do kind of feel like it's almost on rails.
A little bit. Oh wow, I did so much damage. Speaking of, you know, just
I was
really.
gonna say, like, I feel like the team should have learned by now that the harpoon cannon is not actually that effective against these guys. How did you guys beat the last one?
We just like appealed to the humanity of the dancer lady, and or no, that was we beat up the dancer lady until she was like, oh, okay, I will stop the thing and give you the crystal, and I will go away now.
Yeah, I feel like you guys ought to do that again.
But
Just go
to the
beat up
king, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't do no damage.
But yeah.
I mean, that attack effectively did no damage, but you know, 25 or so turns from now, you'll have him.
Exactly.
Well, no, you got to take into account time to charge up those attacks. So, like, you know, 35 or so turns from now, you'll have him.
Okay.
I do like this game. I just feel like sometimes it feels like you're just waiting for, like, the game to tell you what to do next to end the
A
battle.
little bit. Also, there's a part of me that every time that it cuts to this attack animation, or like one of the attack animations from the Gigas here, I just think the game just crashed. And there's just always this brief moment where I'm like, oh god, what happened? And it's always just, oh, it's just an attack animation. But there's that split second where I'm just like, eh? Oh, my head. It would be nice to have like the recent Final Fantasy remakes and remasters and stuff. I have like the thing that makes the game go faster. That would also be a nice thing for
You're not wrong. Also, I was just checking out, what do you call it? Just a little bit of news on the Dragon Quest HD remakes upcoming.
yes,
Dragon Quest
the 1 and
Quest
2. Yes.
Yes. It is interesting because it seems like they are making a few changes to Dragon Quest 1, which makes sense, but it might not just be strictly one party member now. There are rumors that other people will join the team.
That's interesting, yeah.
Yeah. Well, because in the original Dragon Quest, it was strictly 1v1. There was only ever one monster at a time, and then you were just you. But there are screenshots from the recent trailer that show the hero fighting 4 monsters simultaneously. And it has like the party style menu. even though it only shows the hero in battle, it's like they might give you more party members. And I think someone mentioned that there might be a monster capturing system.
There's one of
Like-
those in Dragon Quest III
Yeah,
remake.
in-
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying. Is like they might import that back to Dragon Quest 1 and let you get like allies that way.
Also, I've heard this before.
Thanks, Vice.
Thanks, Uncle Ben. I'm sure nothing bad will happen to you.
That's a good quote, kid. Thanks. I heard it from this guy that I shot.
Thumbs up.
Thank you for the rock.
Uh-huh.
Yellow crystal.
Hey,
How many more crystals do you have to get?
I would assume there are 6, and we have 2.
Okay. I immediately forgot how many colors of magic were in this game.
I'm pretty sure there's a red, green, yellow, purple, blue, silver.
Okay.
But that's oh, there's not a save point in here. I thought there was a save point in here. That's gonna be a thing for a different time because I'm gonna go back to Ortega and save the game. I know, but I'm not going there quite yet.
Now, as you head for a save point to end the stream, did want to ask, did you catch the thing about the supposed Persona 4 remake?
Yes. Well,
It was
I don't know which
apparently-
specific one other than
I mean,
new
other than
Yosuke
that, it
and
was-
new Chie.
Yes.
I will
That's
probably.
mostly what I meant, that it was theoretically revealed via Yuri Lowenthal on Twitter.
I will probably buy that.
I will also probably buy that. And also, I do not mind them swapping voice actors.
Yeah.
Because it's been a long time since Persona 4, and I don't necessarily want a bunch of, like, middle-aged people trying to play high schoolers.
Well, I mean that's gonna happen regardless, but
Yeah, but aim for slightly closer to the actual age, at least, is what I'm saying. The gap
God,
doesn't
it
need to be
has-
so wide.
it has almost been 20 years since Persona 4, and I hate that I've said that out loud.
Yeah,
Uh,
we're approaching the 20th anniversary of Persona 4.
no.
We'll get there. We will get there.
that was easy.
And I'll see you there
You're not wrong.
for the endurance run.
Ah!
I mean, that's probably going to happen, right?
I've always said that, like, I feel like whenever I stop streaming, the last thing I do will be Persona 4. But that is for a future that I don't want to think about. Join us tomorrow for a future I do want to think about, which is playing more of this.
Yeah. This game is still pretty good.
It is.
If nothing else, I adore the style of this game. Like, I don't know. I would say more games need to get super weird with their settings and stuff like this, but games are still doing that.
Yeah. I haven't played too much of it, but I did start Eternal Strands, and I feel like there's a similar vibe in
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Eternal Strands is really good.
It seems neat.
I'm a big fan of that game. It's janky, but it's fun. And I like the characters a lot.
But
We'll
I-
talk more about
well-
that tomorrow.
yes. And potentially Wednesday. I may stream Wednesday. I may not stream Wednesday because I may be out of town for most of the day and I may be tired. But
Okay.
maybe Wednesday, maybe not. Maybe probably Wednesday, but I'm gonna leave that door open. Definitely
Yeah,
tomorrow
we'll
though,
find out.
because be more Skies of Arcadia tomorrow. And on that
Alright.
note, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
I was about to do things in the wrong order. I was about to turn off this GameCube before I ended the stream,